Hello everyone, welcome to a Star Wars Unlimited recap of the recent card reveals over the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I thought I'd done one of these last week, and it turns out I hadn't. I've got a lot of content that's recorded but that hasn't yet been edited, so there will be loads of stuff coming out over the next few weeks. In particular, as we approach the launch of Set 4, which is far and away the most exciting set release since Set 1. I think it's pretty safe to say. Let's go ahead and just jump into it because we've got a lot of cards to talk about, and I don't want to waste any time. So we start off with Interceptor Ace. This is a 3-drop 2/3 with grit. That's not great. Piloting for 3 for +2/+3. The attached unit gains grit. This seems okay. I think it's probably more of a limited card than a constructed card. Then we have got Wingman Victor 3. This is a 3-drop 4/3. Again, not fantastic. Piloting for 1 +1/+1. When players an upgrade, you may give an experience token to another unit. Again, not incredible. Maybe it's definitely better, but yeah, I'm not convinced this is anything to get too excited about. Now, Sabine's Masterpiece, on the other hand, this is a card to get excited about. So this is a 3-drop 3/3 in space, which is below rate, but it has an on attack that depends on the aspect you control. So if you have a blue, heal 2 from base. If you have a green, give an experience token to a unit. If you have a red, deal 1 damage to a unit or to a base. And if you have a yellow, exhaust already a resource. So by far the best modes here are the green and the yellow modes. It's like not even close. The blue mode's pretty mid. The red mode is okay. It's not like super exciting, and obviously this kind of sucks when you are not immediately going to get that on attack. Therefore, we are looking to ECL decks, which means the green mode is going to be online, which is great because the green mode is definitely the best one. You make this a 3-drop 4/4 when you ECL it in, which is incredibly strong. In a Quinlan deck, you can make this a 5. This could deal 5 damage to something potentially. Or it can deal 4 damage, which is usually enough to kill a ship, and then sling an experience somewhere else. And you can exhaust already a resource. Exhausting one of your opponent's resources is legitimately one of the most powerful things you can do, especially when they don't see it coming. So, I mean, my feeling is this card in decks like in yellow ECL decks is going to be where it's strongest, followed by red ECL decks. I think there's a lot more red ECL decks than there are yellow ECL decks, though. So, in any event, I think we're going to see a lot of this card. It is very, very good. Alright, that was a lot of yapping about one card. Let's keep going. We got some showcases for 2 of the worst leaders in the set. Okay, next we got Guerrilla Soldier. This is a 3-drop 2/3. When played, deal 3 indirect damage to a player. If a base was damaged this way, ready this unit. This is not bad. I think this will be like really strong in draft and sealed. I'm not sure how good it is outside of those though. Nah, like I don't know. It seems okay. Because ultimately, like, it untaps and you're swinging for 2, like you get to maybe do a trade. Like, it doesn't seem that impactful. Then we've got Stay on Target. This is a 2-drop attach with the vehicle unit. Attack with the vehicle unit. For this attack, gains +2/+0 and gains when this unit deals damage to a base. Draw a card. That's fine. I think again this is another like just limited card. Here we got the best rare base. This is 27 HP, but you have a 9-card starting hand, where you then put back 3 and you don't get a mulligan. So essentially the maths on this is if you are hard mulliganing for one specific card, right? Like if you only care about seeing the only real example here is if you only care about seeing ramp, then this is worse. You shouldn't play this. It's better to just mull the full 6 and get 6 extra cards. If, however, you're trying to mull for curve, you're trying to see a 2-card combo, basically any other situation other than like you're looking for just 1 card, then yes, this is absolutely strictly better. Now, is it so much better that you're willing to take a 3 HP hit? We'll have to find out. We'll have to test it. That's going to require a huge amount of work, and honestly, I think most people are just going to go on feel. They're not going to do the numbers. My inclination would be this is worth it, but obviously, if we're in a, that's going to depend on how aggro the meta is and how bad is it really missing out on that 3 HP? And how much of a consistency bump are you getting in exchange for that 3 HP? Okay, so this is probably the most interesting leader in the set. It's up there. Poe Dameron. So this guy is crazy. I really thought I'd spoken about him, because I had a lot of thoughts when he first got revealed. So, his epic action, he deploys on 5 and he's a 4/6. You'll notice that when he deploys as a ship, though, he's only +2/+1. Well, that's because for action 1, tap, flip this leader, attach him as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without a pilot on it. So he comes in as a 4/6, but like he's a +2/1 upgrade, and then he also has an ability 1, attach this upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without a pilot on it, use this ability only once each round. So this is a very slow pump, right? Like you pay 1, you are getting +2 attack, +1 HP as well, and you can move Poe around. I think this is like insane. I think this is genuinely one of the most ridiculous like cards leaders ever. I mean, it comes out on 5 as a 4/6, which is like absolutely fine. It's like perfectly serviceable, but let's like also, just for context, you need to see these cards they also showed, which is eject, which says detach a pilot upgrade, move it to the ground as a unit, and exhaust it, draw a card. So obviously in a scenario where you get to like okay, and then the other card here which you have to see is black 1, which is a 2-drop 2/3. While it's upgraded, it gains +1/+0, and on attack, if you control a Poe Dameron, which no matter how you control it, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. What this means is this is swinging for 5 into base and also pinging a unit, or dealing 6 damage to a unit, and then you can, like, the curve of turn 1 black 1, have initiative, turn 2 add Poe onto it, swing, eject Poe, and suddenly you have a 4/6 on the ground as well, is absolutely ridiculous. That doesn't use up your epic action. There's a lot of play lines I've seen with this deck where they will specifically on that flip turn like upgrade, trade something, and then deploy. So you just get like a lot of extra value in that way. I think this deck is going to be extremely strong. I think this is like one of the ones where like, well, if we were wondering what was going to replace Sabine once Sabine rotates out, it will be Poe. I don't really think there's anything else at the moment that is looking close. Now, is this going to be better than Sabine? I have no idea. There's a lot of aggro decks, and God, there's so much to talk about. So let's just keep going. But yeah, Poe is incredibly exciting and very, very interesting. I'm going to spend a little less time on these cards now, I think. So first we've got Harrison Dollar here. There's a 2-drop 2/3 with store 1 and a piloting to do the same, give the exact same thing. I think the piloting effect is quite strong. This is basically just a, this is going in your hero leader. No glory only results. Take control of a non-leader unit, then defeat it. This is, I think, going to be a incredibly useful piece of removals. This is literally Vanquish with upside, and the upside, obviously in Thrawn, this is at its most powerful. But like, just being able to potentially cash in on a lot of very powerful when defeated, which we'll talk about shortly. There's some insane ones in this set. Is crazy. Quad jumper, sorry, stolen AT hauler is a 3-drop 4/5 in space, which is mental. But with a when defeated to basically your opponent just gets it. This card is absolutely terrible, except in one deck, which we will talk about when we get to that leader. We get a 2-drop 3/2 in space for green-white, once again giving them the best stats. Pretty mid 3-drop 2/2 ship here. I don't think this is worth playing. CR90 Relief Runner. This is a 6-drop 4/6 with Restore 2, and when defeated heal up to 3. I don't think this is great. Well, yeah, if it was a 5-drop, I'd be more high on it, but even then. Poe Dameron, this is an interesting card. This is a 4-drop 3/3, green-white. When played as a unit, create an X-Wing token, that's a 2/2. You may attach this unit as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without a pilot on it. And then it has piloting for 2, +2, +3. So it's just a very versatile card. The worst case is it's a 4-drop 4/5 in space, which is not amazing, but it's a lot of value. You can chain this in certain ways, right? Like you can put this Poe upgrade onto something else. Obviously, you don't have to put it onto the token. You don't even have to upgrade it, you just make the 2/2. And obviously if you play a 4-drop and you get 5 high for stats, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. So yeah, I think it's a very versatile card. And I think the question on will it's worth it will kind of be like, is that versatility worth the cost? Then we got TIE Ambush Squadron. There's a 4-drop 2/3 with Ambush, and when played and when defeated, to make a TIE Fighter token. So this is a 4-drop 4/5 of stats in space. And again, it's like, okay, it has Ambush, right? Like, that's not bad. But it's 2/3. If it was a 3/3, I think I'd be a lot more high on it. Sith Trooper. This is or a 4/1 or something, right? Sith Trooper is a 3-drop 3/3 on attack. This gains +1/+0 for this attack for each damage unit the defending player controls. It's probably just draft chaff. Resistance X-Wing, 2-drop 2/2. While it has a pilot, it gains +1/1. Again, like draft. Phantom 2, this is a 3-drop 3/3 grit action, pay 1. If this card is a unit, attach it as an upgrade to the Ghost. Attached unit gains +3/+3 and gains grit. So interestingly, this is not a piloting upgrade. So this will not take up your piloting spot. This is a very, very interesting card because like you can make, we'll talk about Ghost, but you can make Ghost like absolutely abhorrently huge. I think it's just, this is going to be one of those really fun decks that's probably not great, but like you get to just play all your Spectre stuff in one deck. And I think for fans of Spectre, that's going to be enough. Okay, we got another incredibly interesting leader here in Admiral Trench. So his ability is tap, discard a card that costs 3 or more from your hand. If you do, draw a card. That's a good filter effect. Not like, you know, insane, but like that's pretty good for consistency. He doesn't have an epic action. He has an action. Pay 3, tap. If you control 6 or more resources, deploy this leader. So you're deploying this guy for 3, but not once per game. And when he comes in as a 4/5, when deployed, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. The opponent discards 2 of them, draw 1 of the remaining, and discard the other. So basically, your opponent gets rid of the 2 best options, and you get the best of the remaining. Not amazing, but I mean, just in terms of a value leader, this is kind of crazy. I mean, my first thought is if you can find a way to pair this guy with the green make 2 droid manufacturing base, that's going to be incredibly strong. Obviously, at the moment, I think that is there is 0 chance, unless aggro just completely disappears from the game, that is going to be viable. I'm sure like that will be something that we look to in an expanded format, though. You know, as we get more and more powerful control tools over time. You know, maybe we'll hit a critical mass where that kind of combo can be really, really effective. Then we've got Swarming Vulture Droid. This is a 2-drop, 2/2. You can have up to 15 copies of this card, and against +1/+A for each other Vulture Droid. This is obviously a meme. It's terrible. And then Invincible, this is really good. So this is basically a Separatist legendary that becomes a 5-drop 6/6 in space with a bonus when you deploy. This is a staple in every Separatist deck. I don't think you play Separatist without this card. This is like objectively really, really good, especially in Dooku, right? When you play this for 3. So turn 1, you play a ship, and then turn 2, you go cool, exploit that, boom. Here's my 6/6. Like, you don't need to now there 2 of them combo. It's just live. That's very, very strong. The problem is Dooku's kind of doo-doo right now, and then you have to go Dooku yellow, so we'll have to see. Okay, here's the Ghost. So we already had one from set 1, but this is the one they're designing with in mind. This is a 5-drop blue-white 5/6. Each other friendly Spectre unit gains this unit's keywords. While this unit is upgraded, it gains Sentinel. So this is a very, very interesting card, right? Like, you can make this thing absolutely huge, and it buffs your whole Spectre board with a ridiculous number of keywords, right? So, firstly, everything will gain Sentinel, right? And then, like, you know, anything that has Restore was going to gain Restore. Anything that has, like, anything, right? So, I think, again, this is, like, kind of a meme deck. I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's just way too much needs to go right for it, but it's a fun deck. I think it's quite fun. We have a 9-drop board wipe here, Nebula Ignition. Defeat each unit that isn't upgraded. This just seems way too expensive. Like, maybe if this was a 7 cost or a 6 cost, it would see play, but it just seems way too expensive. And then we've got Cam Syndulla Chan, 4-drop 5/4. That's not bad. When played, if an opponent controls more resources than you, you may put the top card of your deck into play as a resource. This is just going in every red sideboard deck. Just put it in. We get a free resource. This is very, very good. On your 4 resource turn, like, this guy's going to be like not bad. Against those ramp decks in particular, just going and like slamming like yeah, anything. It's just solid. It's just solid. I think it's going to be one of those ones where you just whack him in the sideboard. This card is terrible. I actually don't want to waste time talking about the Executor because it's an 11-drop 12/12 with Overwhelm that makes 9 tokens. Buddy, at 11 resources, this is not getting you there. This card is awful. Next, we've got a Relentless Fire Spray. This is a 6-drop double red, 4/6. On attack, ready this unit once per round. This is very solid. I think this is very, very solid. Nice kind of red top-end finisher. The nice thing as well, you can pilot this guy and really deal a lot of damage. So, yeah, good card. Then we've got Double Grit, Power from Pain. Give a unit +1/+0 for this phase for each damage on it. I am sure this will enable OTKs, right? Like, surely. If you're able to make something like, you know, 11 attack and then you double it to 22, basically, and then you go, yeah, cool, GG. This'll be fun. This is a fun card. I doubt it's good, especially like in blue-black. I mean, like, yeah, but could be fun. Okay, we've got some broken cards here. So this is a 2-drop 3/3 ambush. When the regroup phase starts, deal 1 damage to this unit. Brother, I don't care. I don't care. This is going in every deck. A 2-drop 3/3 in space is absolutely insane, especially in yellow-white. I don't care if this is taking a damage. Like, if I lose it, that's fine. I've just traded into a 3/2. That was absolutely worth it. I also don't have to use the ambush. I can just leave it there and then force my opponent to make the call, right? This card is absolutely nutty. Less nutty is this card, but still quite nutty. This is a 3-drop 4/4. Which, you know, is the sort of premier stats with ambush. So this is really, really good when the regroup phase starts to defeat this unit. So this is terrible. However, the low-key best leader in the set is Kazuada Xiono. Xiono? I don't know. Action. A friendly unit loses all abilities for this round. Take an extra action after this one. Okay. Deploys on 4. 2/5. On attack, choose any number of friendly units, they lose all abilities for this round. Or, +3/+3, attached unit is a leader unit, and against on attack, choose any number of friendly units, they lose all abilities for this round. So, you're probably thinking, that sounds pretty terrible. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, okay, fine, so what, I have to play, like, a load of these cards that, like, have negative abilities, or like, and then I get to like play them for value, right? So yeah, okay, don't get me wrong. It's quite nice to have like be able to play the 4/5 stolen AT hauler and like have no downside with that. That's good. Is that going to be good enough to make this guy like viable though? Yes, because they also have updated the comp rules with basically like a very, very major change, and that is when they say lose all abilities. That for this round, that applies to any new abilities that are gained as well. It's just blanket. So if your opponent puts a bounty on a card and you go, yeah, cool, it loses abilities, that bounty is not resolving. Sacrifice, because Heroic Sacrifice gives the ability when the attack completes defeat this unit, you don't have the downside. So Heroic Sacrifice becomes a 1-cost +2 pump that replaces itself. Absolutely insane, right? Trench Run, you also do not take the damage. You don't lose the unit. I mean, +4 for free for 1. Holy shit. Just absolutely nutty stuff. Like, full on nutty stuff. This leader is going to be meta as fuck. This is the Quinlan. This is the Quinlan of this set. A character that not many people know that is going to be, like, absolutely crazy. Again, I just don't understand why this wasn't a more recognizable character. But, yeah, this guy's nuts. Like, absolutely crazy. One of the most interesting bases, 34 HP for no aspect. I think this will at some point be problematic and expanded. I have no idea if this will ever be good during our constructed rotation. Okay, then we've got a 0-cost version of Palp's Return for vehicles only. And then you deal damage to the unit. I think this is actually pretty good, especially if, like, you know, control decks just move towards only playing, like, big ships. But even like being able to just reuse your best cards, like, is always nice. I think this is like a solid card. And then we've got another solid card here in Luke Skywalker. This is a 2-drop 3/2, so that's good. Piloting for 3. If this upgrade would be defeated, you may instead move him to the ground arena as a unit and exhaust him. So he jumps out, right? Which is pretty good, right? Like you get a +3/+2 upgrade. Your opponent, and at the moment, the way the rules work is if that ship leaves anyway, basically. So if it bounces, if it's defeated, if it's whatever, right? Like Luke will jump out, which is really, really good value, right? You're basically paying 1 for a 3/2 in terms of like what really the rate is going to ground. Like this is really, really solid. I think the biggest issue is like, are we going to be have space in a lot of decks for this guy? I mean, obviously you're throwing him into Wedge, but like, what about the other decks, right? That's the real thing. Then we got Razor Crest here. So this is a 4-drop 3/5. When a pilot attaches to this unit, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 2 or less, or an exhausted non-leader unit that costs 4 or less to its owner's hand. I think this is a really, really solid card. Like just really solid. Okay, we got a lot of cards from the FFG stream, like so many. Okay, let's go. Twin laser turret, 2/2/2. You get to ping a bunch of stuff. Django might play this. I don't know if any other decks care. Air superiority, a 2-cost deal 4 damage something. That's fine. This card is ridiculous. War Juggernaut, 6-drop 3/7 against +1/+0 for each damage unit. When played, deal 1 damage to each of any number of units. This is the Django flip turn beast. If you do not one-shot that Django on deploy, your whole board is taking damage. They're going to damage their own board. They're going to TDR this out, and then they're going to smack you for 10. It's going to be absolutely fucking disgusting. This card's ridiculous. This card is absolutely ridiculous. Why? Django didn't need it. 2-drop 2/3. When 1 or more damage is healed from this unit, you may deal 1 damage to a space unit. That seems mid. Make a 1-drop 2/2. That's not bad. Legendary Shadowcaster, 6-drop 4/7. When a friendly unit is defeated, you may use all of its when defeated abilities again. That's not bad, but like, eh. I mean, like Thrawn, basically, right? Like being able to triple up in Thrawn is crazy, but like, I don't know. This a 6-drop 4/7 with no proactive ability. It's just like it's not the one. Dorsal turret, 1-drop. Attached unit gains when this unit deals combat damage to a unit while attacking. Defeat that unit. So this is obviously very, very strong, where you can slap it onto a token or something and then just free clear something, like clear a really big ship. So yeah, I mean maybe this is good. Dogfight, this is also very, very good. Attack with a unit, even if it's exhausted, that unit can't attack bases for this attack. So you just get to go, okay, cool, I'm going to do this, and then my 1 HP unit's also going to double value trade. I don't know how good this will be in practice, but in, like, definitely in draft and stuff, that's going to be really strong. Got a 2-1 Sentinel for 2, not bad. Got a 2-4 Sentinel for 3, also not bad. Got In-Depth to the Crimson Dawn, 2-drop. When the attached unit readies, exhaust it unless its controller plays 2. I think this is really quite a good card, and if it wasn't in the set where everyone and their mum was going to start playing a load of upgrade hate, it would probably be really, really powerful. I'm a little less confident. Next we got Super Heavy Ion Cannon, 2-drop +0/+3, attached to a capital ship or transport unit. Attached unit gains on attack, you may exhaust a non-leader unit the defending player controls. If you do, deal indirect damage equal to its power to that player. So this is crazy if you actually get to land this. I am very doubtful that a situation exists, especially in yellow, where like you're going to be able to make good use of this. But it is very, very cool to just like sit there and do a billion indirect damage. We got a 4-3 Sentinel 4, mid. Clone Pilot, this is like your sort of baseline. 3-drop Foreman Ambush, also mid. 4-drop 3-4, when played, deal 3 indirect damage to a player, exhaust each unit damage this way. Hello, Django. Actually, Django probably doesn't even play this. This is like too slow. 2-drop 2-2, when played, pay 3, attach it to a fighter or transport without a pilot and take control of that unit. This is interesting. Unfortunately, like, there's really not many relevant fighters or transports that you would want to steal, and like almost all of them are hit by Traitorous. So I'm kind of just like, I'd rather just play Traitorous to not be locked out in a huge number of game states. I think this is like a draft thing, like really. Rafa Martez, 3-drop 3-3, when played and on attack, deal damage to a friendly unit and ready a resource. This is interesting, probably bad. Flanking Fang Fighter, 3-drop 2-3 while you control another fighter against raid 2. 3-drop 4-3 in space would be like decent, but like meh. Oh, almost there. Timely reinforcements. Choose an opponent. For every 2 resources they control, create an X-Wing token and give it Sentinel. I can see aggro decks siding this against like control decks to just make a shitload of stuff, but obviously you lose to Snoke, so meh. ATDP Occupier. This... You could potentially play this for free. I just, like, this is draft card, I think. It's unlikely. Echo Base Engineer, 2-drop 2-3. When played, you may give a shield token to a damaged vehicle unit. This is alright, but probably not going to see play. 6-drop 4-4 Sentinel. When played, give a shield token to each of up to 2 fringe units. So this is going to come in with a shield. If it was a 5 or a 4, I think this would probably be a really nice Gus Saxon card, but I think it's a bit too slow. Adept Arc 170, 4-drop 3-4 with Restore 2, too slow. Hopeful Volunteer, 2-drop 1-3, piloting for 2, +1/+3, not good enough. Out the Airlock, 5-drop, give a unit -5/-5 for this phase. Why isn't this permanent? This is probably, like, why wouldn't I just Vanquish, basically? Jam Communications. This card's nuts. 1-drop, look at the opponent's hand, discard an event from it. Quinlan Tarkentown is not going anywhere, guys. Like, the amount of hand hate that deck has now is absolutely astronomical. And it's only going to get better in set 5. Okay, we are through. We are through. Sidon Ithano, 2-drop 2-2. When played as a unit, you may attach this unit as an upgrade to an enemy vehicle unit without a pilot on it, -2/-2. This is a very, very cool card. I don't know how much play it'll see, but like in particular, I feel like into Django, this is like so nice because it's going to delete almost all of their units instantly. So yeah, I'm quite high on this card. I think it's really, really solid. Punch It. No, I guess we're not done. 1-drop, attack with the vehicle unit against +2/+0 for this attack. It's good, but I'd rather just surprise strike most of the time. Determined Recruits. 2-drop 3-1, piloting 2 for +3/+1. Another mid card. Rebellious Hammerhead, 6-drop 5-7. When played, you may deal damage to a unit equals the number of cards in your hand. Maybe okay, maybe. This might be alright. I feel like if you play this in like Han 2 or something, right, and you play this on 5 resources, and you have like a 6-card hand, you get to just nuke something, that's actually not bad. So yeah, this seems okay. System Shock. Defeat a non-leader upgrade attached to a unit. If you do, deal 1 damage to that unit. I'd just rather confiscate, I feel. Okay, we're through. Okay, let's talk about Vonreg and then the support they showed for him. So Vonreg is our final leader, and this guy's fucking crazy. His ability is play a vehicle and then buff something by +1/+0 for the phase. So just very efficient there. Like, you know, you're just getting a free buff pretty much. And then he deploys on 4 with Sabine stats. Attached unit is a leader unit, and it gains on attack. You may give another unit in this arena +1/+0 for this phase. So you go for +3/+3. Yeah, this is very much just going to be one of those like low to the ground aggro decks. This is basically if Phasma is sort of the go wide across the ground and space version of this deck. Vonreg's like the no, we are going to space only version of this deck. And I think there's potential for both, honestly. Yeah, just seems very, very solid. I am basically sat here wondering what the point of Kylo is until set 5, I think. We also get this crazy guy, 3-drop, 3/4. While it has 4 more power, it gains Overwhelm, and while it has 6 more power, it gains Raid 1. So, I mean, obviously, this is like the easiest thing in the world to turn on in Kylo, in Vonreg, in a lot of decks. The fact this surprise strikes for 7 is also just nuts. Yeah, just a very, very good card. And it's a 3/4, right? Like, it's really, really good. Yeah, just very, very solid. This legendary is terrible. 7-drop, make 8 TIE fighters, ready them. Okay, sure. Doesn't seem good. Okay, here's one of the best legendaries in the set. I've been so excited to talk about this card. So this is 11-drop, 12/12, Imperial Vehicle Capital Ship. When played and when defeated, you may defeat an enemy unit. If you do, search its controller's deck and hand for each card with that unit's name and discard them. They shuffle their deck. Run your pockets once and twice on defeated, and if you are enthralled, thrice. Run those things thrice. That is crazy. This card is ridiculous. It's so much better than the Executor. It's like a joke. This is like the premier top end. I don't think there is a better card in the game now. Like, I mean, like the fact that this just says no, and like you're gonna kill everything with that name. So if you hit a Falcon, you're hitting every Falcon. If you hit a Han Solo, you're hitting every Han Solo, right? Like if you hit Boba, you're hitting every Boba. This nukes leaders. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. The fact it happens when defeated as well means your opponent can't just go, oh, well, I'll Devastator. Like, okay, cool, Devastator me. Firstly, my guy probably survives because it's a 12/12. But even if you do have 12 resources up, I will nuke your Devastator and I will run your pockets for all the other copies of the Devastator. The knowledge you also get, you can just sit there and go, okay, well, what threats does my opponent have left that I need to give a shit about? That one, that one, that one. Great. Just crazy, crazy stuff. I think the biggest problem with this card is you may need a way to turn on nuking it yourself to answer something, but like that's a pretty minor issue. Outstanding card, just absolutely outstanding card. Yeah, this is I really if I've got Carbonite, please give me a serialized Annihilator. Please give me a serialized Annihilator. Oh, that'd be amazing. Right, we got our last 4 cards here. 2 of them are legendary, and they're all pretty crazy. They hate that ship. 1-drop, red-white. An opponent creates 2 TIE fighter tokens and raises them. They're just the 1/1s. Then play a vehicle from your hand. It costs 3 less. This is ridiculous. Reducing the cost of a ship by 2 is absolutely worth giving your opponent 2 1/1s. That is like so worth it. Yeah, I mean the fact you can like turn 1, like I mean in Poe, right? Like you could turn 1, slam a Falcon, then just plop Poe onto it, and then like, I mean what's your opponent doing against like a 7/7 turn 1? Like, I hope they have initiative. And they're blue-black, and obviously against blue-black you just don't do it. Just, yeah, crazy. Just crazy card. Vader, there's a 6-drop 7/7, with the piloting to basically just have a lightsaber and just deal with tokens. But this is an amazing eject target, right? Like, you can slap this on something, just have him be a menace, then you eject Vader out and you get a 7/7 on the ground. Just a really solid card. I don't think this is bad. I think I am sort of struggling to see the deck for him at the moment. He doesn't seem like particularly amazing, but like I think I don't think he's bad. Like it's like more, right? Like the card is good. It's just like where's the deck, right? Let's do this rare first. L337. This card's nuts. 3-drop 3/3. If this unit would be defeated, instead pilot her and +3/+3. So basically, just like like as long as you have space presence, this thing is a menace. Yeah, really really solid card. And then finally, probably one of the most interesting legendaries in the set. Probably one of the worst as well. 2-drop upgrade generic. When the attached unit is attacked, the attacking player takes control of this upgrade and attaches it to a unit they control. Attached unit gains the first unit you play each round costs 2 less. So this is obviously very, very interesting. The fact that it's kind of like a game of like chicken, right? Like it's going to ping pong across, and whoever is able to, like, obviously reducing cost by 2 is nuts. Like this is such a crazy payoff, and I really wouldn't be surprised at some point in the future to see this featured in a really powerful combo deck. But like, you know, if we get some way to like double unit's abilities, right? If you're reducing something by 4 or something by 8 or something crazy, right? Like suddenly you start playing insanely huge things. So I think this is one of those things I'm going to kind of keep in mind, but I just see no universe where this is constructed playable to start. But it's a very, very cool card. And there we go. We've done it. We're up to date. We've done with spoiler season. Yay! Oh my god. So thank you so much for watching this whole video, for sticking with me. In terms of updates, things to look forward to. The week before release, so basically the first week of March, keep an eye on the channel. There may be something coming that's very, very special and very, very exciting. And maybe, I'm not going to tease it too much, but just you should subscribe. Additionally, you should check out my One Piece videos. I've got some exciting stuff coming up where I put out the game, so if you're interested in hearing that, you should check that out. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that usual stuff. Thank you so much for your patience, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Cheers.